I just have you stick in front of the doorway, and I'll shoot past you, and you just take the damage.
I mean, that's one way to handle it.
Yes.
Okay. I ate some chicken soup. I forgot
So,
about how bad the hunger and water drain was.
yeah, it's quite something, isn't it?
I have a tier 3 stone spear. Woo. My stabbity stabs will hurt more. It's almost nighttime. We probably shouldn't go out.
Nah, yeah, we can wait. I have a level 3 bone knife. I shouldn't use my machete right now, but it's just better than bone knife still, I think. Let me check. Quite better. Double damage.
I'm kind of regretting investing all of my early levels into spear damage.
It's fine. You know, it's weird, because I think they slowed the leveling down, because it's boosted, like 150%, I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 50% faster, but I feel like we're, like, hardly getting levels right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm only level 3.
I'm, level 4.
I'm level 3 with a loot stage of 4.
Oh, loop stage for the... Hold on. Where does it tell you that again?
So,
Us.
go to character, and then click core character stats. The little bar
Oh,
graph looking thing.
I'm on loop stage 4.
Mm.
But what's weird is I'm on game stage 9, while you're on game stage 6.
Probably because I'm a low level.
You're only one level shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. I worked too hard today.
Yeah. Next time I level up, I'm getting leaky gut. From iron gut.
I think my next level I'm putting into, if I can find a leveling. We're doing 402 right now. Healing factor for...
I kind of wish weapons
yeah, I'll
weren't.
actually probably do iron cut.
I kind of wish weapons weren't tied to specific stats.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. They'll probably redo the stat tree probably one more time before full release. You know, just for shits and giggles.
Who knows?
Like,
Right, I should crouch.
there's no need to. We're safe in our home.
I'm gonna take some of the water.
Okay. Well, it actually shows you actually using the water. Wow.
How nice.
Fancy, even.
But are they ever going to add back in specific models for all the different foods?
Nope.
So they're just going to be lazy?
Well, to be fair, it did take him 12, 13 years to full release this. And they skipped over the beta because it was just alpha. So technically this game never saw beta, if you think about it.
This is beta.
Nope, it's alpha. Oh no, yeah, it's just beta now, 309. Wow, when did it change that? I wonder if it's just the full release. Huh.
Then they call a full
Well,
release
okay,
beta.
This is the experimental. Full release isn't for another month. Which, thankfully, they're doing this now because the fact that I have to start the game twice to get past the loading screen is something. I hear rustling.
You have to start it twice?
Yeah, it crashes for me when loading. Like, it will say loading textures and then it freezes. And then
That's
the
not
game will
good.
eventually crash out. And then I can start it again a second time, no problem though.
That's not good.
Yeah. It's probably on PC, because I have to do that with a couple games. Honestly, it's probably just a re-download and it'll fix it. Because I gotta do that with Battlefield as well. Which Battlefield, I don't know what happens. It just sits there loading non-stop, but it doesn't freeze or anything. But everything, the background moves.
I'm eating my dinner. Since it hit nighttime again.
Yep. Battlefield's just a bad game. Listen here, bucko. I agree. Battlefield 2042 never should have gone past development. We were complaining about functions before the game release, and they're like, oh, too late. Oh, you hated the whole superhero operators thing? It's too late to change that. Even though we saw it in the trailers, and they delayed the game by like an extra month. There's just added models with gadgets on that did the powers, and then just had the characters just be models. I mean, sorry, it's not fucking hard, okay? The little game development I know you can create, especially for professionals. I was talking about Battlefield 1 and 5. Oh, listen here, bucko. Battlefield 1 is pretty good. Battlefield 5 just has, it's too woke. I would say Battlefield 5 is really good gameplay loop-wise. It's just they added a bunch of woke shit in there. And they changed... So here's the thing. If you're doing a historical game, if you're going to use realistic details, you have to be realistic. And if you say, well, I want to make a World War II game, but on a different timeline kind of thing, that's fine. But you have to kind of let people know that hey, this is World War II themed. But it's not World War II. Right, so basically what I'm talking about is that there's a campaign mission where they kind of got the details right, but they just twisted it really hard. So essentially, it was, I believe it was like the Finnish, there was like Finnish special forces or some special forces that went behind German lines during like a winter. And I think they were SAS. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I don't remember the history of it. But essentially, their objective was go behind enemy lines and sabotage. And then eventually, they find like I think it's like a mother and daughter kind of help them, and SAS suffer heavy losses. And there's like kind of a shooting scene where in the game where like on skis and they're going down a mountain and apparently like shooting at each other. And apparently that's a thing that like actually happened. But in the game, it shows you playing this woman soldier or this woman resistance member. She's doing all the work. And it's basically taking credit away from the SAS operators that died for that mission, you know. And it kind of got people salted up because it's like, hey, you're literally changing history. It's like, yes, there were actually women that helped. We're not denying that, but we're denying the fact that you rewrote history to push this woke agenda because the head person at the time was, you might get salty if I say this, but feminizing World War II. You know, there was a lot of, they were adding women soldiers in that in places that didn't make sense. Skins wise, that doesn't bother me, but storyline wise, that bothers me because it's based off World War II accurately. You know,
You gotta
if you want, if they were to get,
if you're doing something historical, you gotta be accurate.
right, and if they want to do a World War II theme instead, but not World War II, then that's fine. But you know, they were using real life scenarios and you know, and changing history up. Like, one thing that I didn't understand was one of the intro, like the early Battlefield 5 trailers showed a woman using a prosthetic arm while shooting a gun, which really wasn't a thing. And my only gripe is that it's unrealistic as fuck, but as a scan, it actually kind of slaps. So that's kind of the weird balance of, you know, it's kind of breaks the immersion, but it's actually kind of cool.
I don't know how that would work.
It doesn't. Not there now. I think it would work nowadays, but it doesn't work back then.
At that
Like I
time,
said,
they would have to make like a over-engineered arm to make it even work.
right.
A lot of the arms that exist now, prosthetic arms. I knew somebody who had prosthetic arms. I don't get to interact with them anymore because they passed away. But I knew somebody with prosthetic arms, and not all of them are good enough to handle a gunshot.
Well, not quite. They're getting better though, but it's. And here's the crazy thing: I love playing Battlefield 5. It's just what gets me is design choices because they design stuff that doesn't make sense or it kind of hurts the game. But I still go back and play it because the immersion is there. It is very immersive. So is Battlefield 1. I would say they are the most immersive games for Battlefield series, but in terms of the best Battlefield games, I would say between Bad Company and Battlefield 3/4. Those two are essentially the same. Battlefield 2042 never should have just been reworked from the ground up. The fact that they had to take maps out, rework maps, and then claim them as new maps, because they did that for their final update, was they added a new map that was already in the base game that they just ripped off from another portion of the map. They called it like Stadium or something. It was already pre-existing, and it kind of salted a lot of people up. But it's like, and then like the vehicle balancing. Oh my god, the vehicle balancing. So Battlefield games, it had weird balancing in the sense that things countered each other. The attack helicopters countered tanks, the airplanes countered the attack helicopters, and planes got countered by AA. AA would get countered by tanks or heavy vehicles, right? So there was this circle of life kind of thing. There was always 2 or 3 helicopters in the air, 2 planes in the air, 1 to 2 tanks on the ground, a couple of infantry fighting vehicles, and an AA at all times. So there was constant vehicle balance because they were all there countering each other. In Battlefield 2042, however, you have I gotta think now. I think some maps can have 2 helicopters, some maps can have 3. But the way it works now is you can choose between a attack helicopter, a light helicopter, and a bomber helicopter, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. You could choose those. So if somebody's being a douche and we only have 1 helicopter spawn, if they choose as the light helicopter, we lose the anti-vehicle potential, as well as kind of anti-air if you load the right rockets. Well, if another player on the opposite team loaded with an attack helicopter, we couldn't take it out of the sky because it had no competition. Or if somebody decided that, and it kind of worked the same with the heavy vehicles. I think tanks got their own slots finally, but like did they? But the AA doesn't. The AA can be bought out by infantry vehicles. So, like, if we had AA problems, like the attack helicopter, and all we had was infantry vehicles, we couldn't take that helicopter out unless we had, like, entire squads dedicated to AA. Because so instead of there being, like, 7 vehicles on each team at all times, there was, like, 4. You know, 1 tank, 1 helicopter, 1 plane, and 1 light armor, let's call it. Battlefield 4 is the best. Second is Bad Company 2, and then 2142. Ooh, I never played 2142. That was slightly before my time in terms of if I could play it or not. I did. That was a game I watched my dad play, and it looked pretty fun. Because that's what you had giant mechs and stuff. And honestly, I think the game was kind of ahead of its time. A lucky tank shot can one tap a heli, yes. And I love doing that to helicopters, but it's not designed to do that. That goes into pure skill. Dog is blocking. You want to do this quest now?
Yeah, let's go do it.
Okay, I can keep ranting while we're going there. But yeah, it's just. Well, I think the issue was they went from 64 players to 128 players, so they doubled the player lobby. But the game was so badly optimized that, like, if there was too many players fighting each other, the bullets weren't registering for, like, a solid 4 months of the game's life cycle. Yeah, that was the thing.
I found that the only way to get a decent amount of experience is by killing the zombies.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you gotta do. And then there's, like, I don't know if you know this, but there's, like, no destruction in 2042. There's a little destruction, not as much though. Like, I enjoy the double player counts, but they should have gone up to, instead of, like, 128, maybe do, like, 72. Maybe put, like, an extra couple slots in for people. Instead of getting rid of destruction, which was a Battlefield staple, and getting rid of the crazy vehicle gameplay, which is also not a Battlefield staple. I mean, it's still sandboxy, don't get me wrong, but it's not nearly as sandboxy. It feels kind of forced. I don't know, you kind of have to do wacky things to get it.
By the way, this was the closest of the quests he offered me.
Oh, it's fine.
It's on the other side of a lake.
And another thing about 2042 is, and this is the gun not coming out, the heat shells were
Is that an iron rock?
anti-infantry. What is?
Is this an iron rock?
No, regular rock.
Oh, I was hoping it was iron.
Yep, so well, I'm trying to think here. So the HE shells were anti-vehicle, and the heat shells were player. For anti-personnel. If you don't know what HEAT stands for, it stands for High Explosive Anti-Tank. Why the fuck is it launched like a mortar and only good against infantry? Where the HE shell just stands for High Explosive. And the Sabo still kind of works as a Sabo, it just doesn't have an explosive payload, but that's for tank sniping. It's like, bro, you guys really had tanks in your games the entire time, and you can't remember that HEAT stands for that? Like, I don't expect people to know what APCR stands for, or I'm trying to think of another one.
Do you want to double loot this place, by the way?
We could do that. I like the loots.
Okay. We're double looting then.
Well, I don't like map revolutions. I think that's what you're thinking of. I hate map revolutions. Flooding a map fucking sucks. And destroying the tower in Shanghai, or whatever, I think that's pretty cool, because it doesn't change the map up too much. A little finally. Do the iron gun. Then we'll do the healing factor next.
Okay.
you want scrapping for fun?
Yeah, I'll take scrapping for fun.
Let's see any other books up here.
I mean, I'll be salvaging cars and stuff.
Right.
There's a zombie over here. Oh, you came over fast.
I was just right over here and I just kind of jumped over. Yeah, but I say Battlefield 2042 is a classic example of what happens when all the old devs quit or get fired. Because the new devs just don't know what Battlefield is anymore. And instead they're going to assault the player base and act like we're just being overly demanding when it's like, no, there's basic functions that you're not carrying over. Like, I kind of like the vehicle customization in Battlefield 5, kind of, sort of, but I kind of wish it had the Battlefield 4 system where I just chose what I wanted. It would extremely limit on your playstyle. But like a lot of the trees, I guess, or branches you want to call them, were pretty fun. It just, if you want a specific playstyle for that vehicle, you pretty much had to reset your entire tree.
Having to reset your whole skill tree for doing like one experimental thing is terrible.
I think it wasn't bad because there's only 3 to 4 tiers, but unless they changed that, which they could have, because I haven't played Battlefield 5 in years, and maybe you can like reset a point at a time, but even the guns had that too. So the way a lot of gun trees were, hey, do you want to be able to hit fire accuracy and CQB, or do you want to be accurate at range? Most of the trees you couldn't use both for. Some you kind of could, but like if you want to extend the mags.
Oh, that's a lot of zombies. We should close the door.
I'm bleeding.
Oh.
Why is it not letting me use it? There we go. Apparently I could click on it.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize she was behind me.
I was shooting her. She like ate like... Holy crap, she like
I'm
ate
distracting
everything.
them for you. My death helped.
Yeah. Like, wow, she like tanked like 15 rounds of 7.62.
You shot me?
Yeah, no, we're on the same team. I can't do player damage against you. Did I say I killed you?
No, I didn't say it, that you killed me.
Oh. Yeah, but on purpose, those trees had purpose, yeah. And that's kind of what I was getting into, is like Thompson, which is, it's the 1920... I'm trying to think of what Thompson. It was the 1919 Thompson. It's not the 1928 or the out of ordinance Thompson that we all know and love. It was the version 1 or 2 prior. For those of you who are non-gun nuts, when I'm saying out of ordinance or 1928, it's the one with the side charger. The 1919 was the one with the top, where the charging handle was the rear sight. So, which it's the more famous one. I mean, the out of ordinance one actually was a lot less models because they were expensive as fuck to make. But that's what you see in video games, and that's what people associate it with pretty easily. So there's that. But like, yeah, so like if I want drum mags, it would lock me into the tree where I would add hip fire and like movement speed while shooting or whatever. But the ADSing or aim down sights was absolutely terrible. And it shot really fast too. Or I could go down the other route where it kept the 20 round mags, and I think it shot faster, but it was a little bit more accurate at range. Once again, when you're shooting super fast with 20 bullets, you know, it's not very good for a range, and that's why people generally went with the drum mag route. I also don't know why so many zombies spawned here, because it's
So one skull.
It's a one skull. Alright, that was kind of weird. Like the game knows we were trying to cheese it.
That they set it to specifically do certain things in multiplayer. Which you want to bet they did and just didn't say anything.
It wouldn't be the first time that they made a change and didn't tell anybody. At least we didn't die in the quest.
Well, yeah. But I still can't believe Clown Car.
Encore?
Clown Car Room.
Oh.
Like, oh, there's just 1 or 2 zombies in there. No, there's 5.
Yeah.
There's a party girl downstairs. Is she the one from earlier, or is she a different one?
No. I pretty much killed everybody here. I think they're just outsiders at this point.
Okay. Hello. I will shut the door for you. Okay.
We're gonna take that out of our inventory so we don't accidentally use more ammo for it. Shovel in here for shit the giggles.
You didn't search
Where
the
fuck are they
desk.
coming from? I was having issues. Okay? I was fighting to survive.
That's fun.
Somebody's trying. Was there nothing in the kitchen? Oh, somebody's trying to get in. I don't know where they're at though. Oh, it's a fatty. It's like I said, Battlefield 5 had like really good core gameplay, but just all the bad designs just kind of add up. Well, I understand not having weapon customization in World War One because there weren't really, or World War II because there weren't a lot, but on that same token, though, it's like seriously. So like I was fine with the whole, rapid fire or better ADSing, passive perks. I was fine with that because there's no way to fill up the attachment slot like previous Battlefield games. But unless you want to be cursed like Call of Duty, I mean that's also an option. I suppose even. I'm ready to restart when you are.
Okay. Have you selected the quest? Just to make sure that it actually registers for you. Well, I started it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it says clear area now. Skeeter's place. This guy dead or alive?
There's 1 zombie in there.
He's dead.
He certainly is.
I think your friend is infected. We need to put her down. Bro, I'm infected. Are you gonna be doing the cooking for me, or am I gonna be doing the cooking?
You can do the cooking.
This doesn't matter. Okay, I guess.
You've been manning the cooking bench more than I have.
I can now grill corn and bake potatoes. Wow.
Oh! There was another zombie inside, hidden somewhere.
I think, it's the building resets, all the zombies respawn.
I forgot.
It's a quest. All the POVs are like quests now.
Guess who forgot things were set?
Which, when you know that now, it kind of makes the zombie encounters feel forced, because now you know there's always going to be like a couple zombies in certain areas. Tell me if you need help.
I shouldn't need help for this guy.
Yeah, by the way, Kestis is telling me to put you down because he thinks you're infected.
I'm not infected. I'm not infected. I got a piece of corn stuck in my mouth. Oh boy. Ow.
Are you having issues up there?
Yes.
I'm coming. Stay alive.
Yeah, I will run.
At least until PvP night.
I think I already know.
I missed. How did I miss? He was right in front of me.
No! No, he's gonna kill me!
Okay, I got him.
No!
I'm sorry. I should have
I
attacked
lied.
earlier.
He hurt me. Ooh.
You okay?
Fully automatic mode has an increasing chance of ragdoll an enemy with each hit. I'll take that.
Well, we've got a medicine supply over here on the top of the nightstand.
Likely story that's not corn. You got bit and you're trying to hide it. Damn. Yeah, I mean... To be fair, that is something a zombie would, or non-infected, or infected person would say. Oh, I found a cooking pot. Dude, if you look at my bar, hold on. Where is it at? I have a mild infection, I'm very hungry, I am fatigued for an hour, 2 hours. I have abrasion for 24 minutes, I have a sprained arm for 9 minutes, and I am wet. And I somehow have a max stamina bonus of 5 right now. There you have it.
I'm thinking I need to... I'm gonna break the box for you.
Oh, do you want some meat stew?
Might not be a good idea, because I just died. And I plan on... Because I'm infected, I plan on doing, like, a suicide. To get rid of the
she is
infection.
infected, you're right. Damn shame if,
I'm infected now. I wasn't earlier.
Ooh, knife guy. I'll use that. I can make bone knife fours.
Nice.
Yeah. Doesn't cost any more. You know what's weird is that I can make higher tiered items, but they don't cost any more. Kind of weird.
There were 3 valid bookshelves here. Nice.
There were? Oh, nice.
Okay. I got Pistol Pete,
Oh,
Volume
here's another
6.
cooking pot. I got 2 cooking pots now. What's that?
Which one of us is doing armor? Like armor crafting.
Yeah. I don't know how crafting. Oh, where's the armor crafting? Let me look at the books here. Armor crafting.
I have a book that says it improves armor crafting. And that's all it says.
Oh, so we unlock all the books. Okay, I see. I have 4 out of 6 skill points for armor, right? What do you have?
I only have 1.
So I'll take it then.
Because I haven't read very many books. I've started reading medical books, vehicle books, salvage books, and spears. I also started reading shotguns. So I will give you the...
Do you realize... Hold on, stand still for a minute for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hold on.
Okay.
Wow. There you go, screenshot. Aha, got it. I think. Sorry, thumbnail.
You got a thumbnail? Of me
Thumbnail.
just looking straight up?
Well,
Or
it looks
was it
like
a-
you have a,
Or is it of
rope
my
through your
character's
nose right now.
assets?
Well, I mean, your character's name's in it too, but it's just because I was just looking at your mask, and it looks like you got a rope, like, going through your nose right now.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? That's weird.
It do.
It does it for the male one, too.
Yeah. I thought there were supposed to be male and female variants.
There's a slight difference between us.
Hmm.
Are you doing pistols?
I just do firearms in general, but right now I'm using a pistol.
Okay. So Pistol Pete would help you.
Yeah, sure.